Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. As promised in our last video where we unboxed Dinosaur World, the Kickstarter edition with all the expansions, we are going to unbox next Dinosaur Island Rawr'n'Write. So if you're interested in seeing the unboxing of Dinosaur World, check out the video that's going to be popping up in the corner of the screen now. But this is essentially a re-implementation of Dinosaur Island. So you're going to see a lot of the similar themes from Dinosaur Island, not necessarily Dinosaur World. So this is not Dinosaur World Rawr'n'Write, this is Dinosaur Island Rawr'n'Write. Now at the end of the day, it's all Pandasaurus Games, it's all dinosaur themed. So let's take a look. All right. So we have our instruction manual here, decently thick, 24 pages if you include the icon guide on the back. 24 pages is, I will let you know, I have played this on Tabletop Simulator. It is a heavy roll and write, I guess you could say. It's not a super light roll and write. It's not like cartographers or anything like that. You're not going to teach it to somebody, you know, in 5 minutes and get to playing. And it involves like some drawing. You're going to see, you know, this grid area that you're going to have to draw on, which for most people is not a big deal. You know, a lot of roll and writes these days are incorporating these, you know, creating polyomino shapes and whatnot, like cartographers and Railroad Ink and things like that. But there's a lot of color in here, a lot of pictures, a lot of examples. So this doesn't look too bad. There should also be a solo mode in here as well. Maybe they've already just covered that throughout. No, here we go. Solo mode at the back. All right. So this roll and write can be played solo or with friends. Then we have their Pandasaurus catalog, current catalog. We don't need to look at that. All right, right off the bat, you have a nice embroidered bag for the DNA dice. We got one like this in Dinosaur World, and I mean, it's really nice, but it is unnecessarily large. There's only like 7 dice, I think, in Dinosaur World, and they all fit easily in the bag, that's for sure. All right, so we have our, you know, kind of board here, I believe. Yeah, so this is like the 4-player side, this is 2 to 3-player side. I'm assuming this is the side you would use for solo play as well, but essentially you're going to be slotting in 3 buildings types here and 3 specials over here, and that's all you play with throughout the game. So and then you will be stacking dice here, placing your DNA dice here to do things like make dinos, raise funds, extract DNA, duplicate, so on and so forth. So I didn't mean to pull this out. All right, so here is, there's actually 2 sheets. So we can pull these out together and take a look at them like this. There we go. So you're actually going to be playing with 2 sheets. I don't know. Yeah, they are double-sided, so you got plenty of times you can play in here. And what Pandasaurus is also working on is a companion app for Dinosaur Island Rawr'n'Write, which will actually replace these. So you could play with your phone. You could actually create a, you know, a room, and everybody sitting around the table could essentially play on their phone or tablet instead of needing a piece of paper. So if that's something you are interested in, just know that it's coming. They're working on it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a free app because it's going to be a companion app, but it's basically going to replace the paper. You'll still need the game in order to play with the app. But you know, this whole system of like gaining DNA and purchasing buildings you can see here, or purchasing the specialists, and you always have a security chief, tour guide, and junior scientist. What you are doing essentially is you're going to be like circling a DNA if you've gained it, and then you're going to be filling in the box once you've used it. So you can see that there's only a maximum so much, I believe, of DNA you can acquire. There's a 15 plus here. I guess maybe if you get to that, but And then you can see here, like each of the dinosaurs here has a specific size pen, like a 2x2 or a 3x3, and then a 4x4. All of this is going to have to fit into this grid up here somehow. Your security and threat are tracked over here. Again, you're like circling boxes that you have security for and putting a dot in boxes that you have, and you can see the instructions right here, that you have threat for. So easy glance at your tablet will tell you whether you need to, increase deaths and whatnot. Your excitement is cumulative in this game versus, in Dinosaur World, it resets and victory points are the only thing that keep track of. But as you reach certain milestones, you're going to gain certain benefits. And that's pretty much it. As you acquire coins, you're going to be placing them somewhere. You have to, I think you can save. There's some place where right here, you can save up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins, and you could save up to 5 roads. But other than that, for the most part, if you acquire a road, you have to draw it on your map. Or if you acquire a coin, you have to spend it somewhere on your board. That's just a very, very brief overview of how to play the game. All right, so what do we have here? We have a first player token, which I thought this was going to be similar to the one. I thought this was going to be an eraser maybe or something like that. Let's see, what are we missing here? Seems to be some stuff missing from the box. Where is... Okay, well, so this is the first player token. Random piece of cardboard right now, which is a little interesting. These are part of the Kickstarter exclusives. These mimic the tokens, Dino Meeples in Dinosaur World, but these are erasers. But I don't think I'll honestly ever have the heart to use these. So they're really just kind of decorative pieces. I guess you can give one to each person and that will be their color. All right. Assuming this is a round marker or something like that. And then we have DNA dice. You'll see that these are much similar to Dinosaur Island DNA dice because they have the threat pips on them. So, determining how much threat you take is, deterministic of which die you pick up and which dies get left behind. Also, there's things like coins and other stuff on this dice, whereas the Dinosaur World dice have been shifted to a purely DNA dice only. So these appear to go in these slots right here. So that works. All right. We have some... Well, it looks like just 3 colored pencils. Again, I feel like I'm missing one. There should be a blue one here. Wonder where all my... Oh, here it is. I just can't see it. Okay, so the 3 included pencils. And then we have some cards here. I feel like I'm missing some stuff. I will have to go back and check. Let's see if there's anything hiding underneath here. No? All right, so, what do we have? Erasers go right here. And pencils, we established, are going to go right here. And then what goes here? What are we supposed to put here? Some more pencils. Cards obviously can go down here. So yeah, I feel like there's something missing out of the pack here. This and, this random thing. So, very interesting. This can fit like that. And then you got the boards on top like this. So that's how everything packs back away. But is it just me or is there something missing from the box here? So let me open these up and we'll take a look at the cards briefly. But then we're going to have to figure out what's missing from my box. Okay, so really there is just 2 types of cards unless you're playing solo. So here are the solo cards, and similar to many other, dinosaur or whatever games, they're dual purposed. So on one side there are objectives. These are, having certain types of number of dinosaurs or certain number of, ride types in your park. So there's basic objectives for placing things in your park, and then the other side, if you flip them over, is essentially the fictitious AI stealing spots from you. So you can see that this basically just gives you places to cover up and make it harder for you to obtain those while trying to reach your objectives. So the rest of the game is primarily these two decks of cards here. So you have your specialists and your buildings. Taking a look at your buildings first, if you choose to add a first aid hut to your game, it's going to cost you 8 coins. You have to then fit it into your park using this symbol here, and then at the end of the game you can instantly gain 2 DNA of your choosing, or that's probably too basic. That's going to give you 6 VP at the end of the game. Additionally, 6 VP if you have less than 5, and even more, double that if you have 0. So basically there is all of these various rooms that give you shapes that you have to fit into your park, and they're going to give you kind of ways to direction to follow. So again, there's just a whole bunch of these here. Like for example, this is giving you 3 security, and then it's going to give you 1 victory point per security there. So just basic stuff. And then the specialists are going to give you kind of instant stuff, and then during certain phases of the game they're going to give you benefits. So you're going to hire them, you're going to get something instantly, they're going to give you victory points at the end of the game, and these just sit out along that board, remember, and you mark them here on this sheet that, oh, I've gotten this one, and this one. And that's basically it. Circling back to what I thought was missing from the box, nothing is actually missing. This is it. These are meant to hold 2 pencils at a time, all of your other stuff here, and then your stuff like this, and then your bag can kind of fit on top. Personally, I would have felt like they could have shrunk the box size down. It's always nice to have smaller boxes to fill in on your game shelf. The only thing that is truly the size of the box is the instruction manual. So I feel like they easily could have used some of this cavernous empty space here. Put your dice down here underneath your cards or something like that. Create a little well for them, and then shrink the whole box down to be this size. Make a slightly smaller bag, and boom, you just have that much smaller of a box. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I really don't understand why, unless you're planning on having expansions in the future. Like you can see, there was plenty of room for like sleeving your cards there in the future. And see, this just is going to annoy me. Maybe if we do that, that'll be a little bit better. Okay, but yeah, that is Dinosaur Island Rawr'n'Write unboxed and then put back together. So keep an eye out. This one obviously does not need a storage solution. If anything, somebody may come up with a storage solution to put it in a smaller box maybe. But keep an eye out for how to play videos on this guy, and at least a solo playthrough. If not, if I can get some people together, we may play a full playthrough. But if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, including plenty more Dinosaur World and Island Rawr'n'Write content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.